This section is on the slope-intercept form for lines. This is the form of the line you will use in science classes, especially in science labs where you will be graphing the results of your research. The slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Recall that the y-intercept is the point where the line crosses the y-axis. What you will learn. You will learn how to find the equation of a line in slope-intercept form when given a graph, to find the equation of a line in slope-intercept form when given the slope and the y-intercept, and you will also learn how to find a missing constant in a slope-intercept equation when given the slope and a point on the line. Recall again that the slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m equals the slope and b is the y-intercept. Now keep that in mind and look at the graph on the right. The equation that's being graphed is y equals 3x minus 1. Notice that this line cuts the y-axis at the point 0, negative 1. Therefore, the y-intercept b is negative 1 and the slope is 3. Therefore, substituting into y equals mx plus b, we replace m with 3 and b with minus 1 for that equation y equals 3x minus 1. In example 1, we are given the graph and find the equation of the line. Your first step is to find the slope. Two easy points to use are 0, 0 and 1, negative 1. When we substitute into the slope formula, m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, we start using the coordinates of the second point, negative 1, 1. y2 is 1 and y1 is 0. We have 1 minus 0 to express the change in y's, and negative 1 minus 0 to express the changes in the x-coordinate. That is 1 over negative 1, so the slope equals negative 1. The y-intercept equals 0. Substituting into the form y equals mx plus b, we replace m with negative 1 and b with 0. We get y equals negative 1x plus 0. Now, obviously negative 1x may just be written as negative x, with the 1 being understood, and the 0 can be omitted because that's understood as well. Therefore, the equation becomes y equals negative x. In example 2, we're asked to find the slope and y-intercept of y equals 2/3 x plus 5. Since the equation is in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, all we have to do is read the equation. The slope is the coefficient of the x term. Therefore, the slope is 2/3. The y-intercept is the constant 5. In example 3, if a line has a slope of negative 2 and a y-intercept of negative 1, write the equation of the line. All we have to do is substitute into the slope-intercept form. We replace m with negative 2 and b with negative 1. Therefore, the equation becomes y equals negative 2x minus 1. In example 4, we are given the graph of a line and asked to find the equation in slope-intercept form. First, find the slope. You may either count between 2 points or use the slope formula. In this graph, the best points to use are 0, 2, and 1, negative 2. We may either count up and over or use the slope formula. If we use the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, this becomes negative 2 minus 2 over 1 minus 0, which is negative 4 over 1, and the slope is negative 4. This is intuitively correct because we can look at the line and see that it decreases as we go from left to right. Therefore, the slope must be negative. The y-intercept is the y-coordinate of the point 0, 2, and that's obviously 2. Substituting these values into y equals mx plus b gives y equals negative 4x plus 2. In example 5, we are asked to find the missing variables. If a line has the equation y equals 6x plus b and it passes through the point 1, negative 1, find the y-intercept. We substitute into the form y equals mx plus b. We replace y with the y-coordinate of the given point, which is negative 1. We replace x with the x-coordinate, which is 1. We now have negative 1 equals 6 plus b. Subtract 6 from both sides. We obtain negative 7 equals b. Here are some practice problems for you to try. Pause the DVD after each problem. Come back for the answer when you are done. In practice problem 1, you are given a graph. Find the equation of the line at right. Use the slope-intercept form. The answer is y equals negative 2x minus 1. Note that in the graph on the right, the y-intercept is at the point 0, negative 1. Therefore, b equals negative 1. Either by using the slope formula or by visual inspection, note that the slope is m equals negative 2. Substitute into y equals mx plus b. Replace m with negative 2 and b with minus 1, and your final equation is y equals negative 2x minus 1. Practice problem 2. Find the equation of the line. The answer to practice problem 2 is y equals 1/2 x plus 3. The line crosses the y-axis at 0, 3, hence b equals 3. Use the slope formula or visual inspection to find that the slope is 1/2. Substitute into y equals mx plus b. We get y equals 1/2 x plus 3. Practice problem 3. In the equation y equals negative x plus 5, what is the slope and what is the y-intercept? The slope m equals negative 1. The y-intercept b equals 5. The equation y equals negative x plus 1 has the slope-intercept form. Therefore, the slope m, which is the coefficient of the x term, is negative 1. The constant 5 is the y-intercept. Practice problem 4. If a line has a slope of negative 1 and a y-intercept of 0, write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Substituting into y equals mx plus b, we replace m with negative 1 and b with 0. This gives us y equals negative 1x plus 0, or y equals negative x. In this problem, if no y-intercept is written, it is assumed to be 0. Similarly, a negative sign in front of the x term implies that the slope m is negative 1. Practice problem 5. If a line has a slope of 3/5 and a y-intercept of negative 1, write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. The answer to practice problem 5 is y equals 3/5 x minus 1. Practice problem 6. A line has an equation of y equals negative x plus b and passes through the point negative 1, 2. Find b. The answer to practice problem 6 is that b equals 1. Substitute into y equals negative x plus b using the point negative 1, 2. Replace y with 2, replace x with negative 1. 2 equals the negative of negative 1 plus b. 2 equals 1 plus b. Subtract 1 from both sides gives us an answer of 1 equals b, or b equals 1. Practice problem 7. A line has the equation y equals negative 2x plus b and passes through the point 0, 4. Find b. The answer to practice problem 7 is that b equals 4. We substitute into y equals negative 2x plus b with using the point 0, 4. We replace y with 4 and x with 0. This gives us 4 equals negative 2 times 0 plus b, or 4 equals 0 plus b, therefore 4 equals b. This concludes our section on the slope-intercept form.